Hi everyone, I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Amber Milts. Welcome to The Balancing Act.
Today we're focusing on ways to help expectant moms, and really just moms everywhere, navigate through some important parts of pregnancy and beyond.
From prenatal testing to healthy hydration.
Plus ways to safely transport and feed your baby.
The Balancing Act begins
right now.
Down syndrome affects 1 in every 700 babies born each year in the United States. And now, thanks to advanced breakthroughs, there's a non-invasive screening option called NIPT. Here to talk about this fairly new approach to prenatal testing from Illumina is genetic counselor Patty Winters. Thank you for being here, Patty.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we even get into what NIPT is, tell us a little bit about the difference between a screening test and a diagnostic test.
A screening test is a test that can tell us if there's a higher or a lower chance for certain medical conditions in a pregnancy. Whereas a diagnostic test, usually a CVS or an amniocentesis during pregnancy, actually samples from the pregnancy and can tell us yes or no with as much certainty as possible whether those conditions are present. NIPT is a type of screening test where we actually draw blood from a woman's arm, and in her blood there is some cell-free DNA from both herself and from the pregnancy. And by analyzing that cell-free DNA, we're able to determine if there's a higher or lower chance for certain conditions in the pregnancy. So some women will choose to have a screening test to get that information before deciding whether to have a diagnostic test, because a diagnostic test carries a risk of complications, including pregnancy loss.
So what does NIPT screen for?
It screens for changes in the number of certain chromosomes. So most commonly, we talk about Down syndrome, which is trisomy 21, which is an extra copy of chromosome 21. But NIPT also screens for trisomy 18, which is also called Edwards syndrome, and trisomy 13, which is also called Patau syndrome. And it also looks at the sex chromosomes to see if there's any missing or extra sex chromosomes.
So Patty, I shared with you before, my husband and I are trying to have a baby, and at this point in my life, I'm considered at advanced maternal age. So is this test specifically for women of advanced maternal age, or are there other candidates?
So we know that these conditions can occur in any pregnancy. So there's a chance for these with every pregnancy that any woman has. But as you mentioned, there are pregnancies that may have a higher chance for these conditions based on things like how old a mom is, or her pregnancy history, or her family history. But because these conditions can occur in any pregnancy, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists actually recommends that all women during pregnancy be offered screening and diagnostic testing options for these chromosome conditions.
So Patty, what are some of the advantages of NIPT, and in terms of the technology, how accurate is it?
NIPT is actually an improvement on some of the older serum screening options. So historically, serum screening options had a false positive rate, which means if a woman gets her blood drawn and gets a positive result, but the pregnancy is actually not affected. And that happened in about 1 in 20 women. With NIPT, the false positive rate for Down syndrome is closer to 1 in 1,000.
That's amazing.
So we're greatly reducing the number of women who are receiving these false positive results, which means that fewer women are being offered diagnostic testing and are avoiding the complications associated with those procedures, such as potential miscarriage.
So for women who are thinking about having NIPT, is there anything else we need to know before we do this?
Well, I think it's important for women to understand that these tests are optional. So it's voluntary. It's your decision if you want to have any of these screening or diagnostic tests during pregnancy. Secondly, it's important to remember that we're only screening for certain conditions. So we're not looking for all genetic conditions, and we're not looking for all birth defects, which means that a negative result is very reassuring, but it won't tell us for sure that the pregnancy is developing healthy. And then finally, it's important to remember that there's different laboratories that offer NIPT, and that these might differ. So you need to find out what is your specific test going to tell you, how does that specific test perform, and what is the chance that you won't get a result or that you'll have a failed test through that laboratory. So it's really important to have a conversation with your doctor, make sure that you choose the test that's going to give you fast and reliable results most often.
Yes, a little peace of mind. What future parent doesn't want a little bit of that? Thank you so much for being here, Patty.
Thank you.
And if you want more information about non-invasive prenatal testing, you can go to Illumina.com, ask your doctor, or of course you can always visit our website, thebalancingact.com, for more.
We all need water. It's one of the body's most essential nutrients. And if you're pregnant or home with a new baby, healthy hydration is more important than ever. Our guest, registered nurse Linda Champa from Nursery Water, is here to talk about proper hydration for mom and baby. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about why it's so important for pregnant women and mommies right now with newborns to stay hydrated.
You know, Olga, we're always encouraging our patients to drink plenty of water because proper hydration, it can help prevent urinary tract infections, constipation, and fatigue, both during pregnancy and after. And it's essential for breastfeeding mothers to drink plenty of water because the breast milk is 90% fluid.
Now, what about newborns? Do they need water?
You know, patients are always asking that question. People don't know. No, the short answer is no. Healthy newborns do not need extra water for the first 6 months of life.
Which, if you think about it, and I'm sorry I interrupted you, but
that's okay.
I just realized right now I breastfed both girls, and I never gave them water.
Exactly, because the water is in the breast milk, and we add water to formula, so babies get all the hydration they need from that. So while it's safe to mix water with formula, it can actually be dangerous to give them extra water because it can disturb the baby's electrolyte balance, which could lead to seizures. So you don't give extra water for the first 6 months of life.
So when is it safe to incorporate water?
So at about 6 months, most babies are eating solids at this point. So at this point, you can introduce a few sips of water.
Okay.
And if it's really warm outside, you can give them a few extra sips. But you always want to check with your pediatrician to find out exactly how much. Because remember, the American Academy of Pediatrics says breast milk or formula should be the sole source of nutrition for the baby for the first 6 months, and then the major source of nutrition for the first 12 months. So you don't want to fill them up with water.
So let's go to 12 months, a toddler. How much water do they get?
Yes, at 12 months, the baby becomes a toddler.
Yes.
Bundle of energy, as we all know.
And you're chasing them around the house.
Yep, they're going
And you're
here.
blocking everything on the walls.
Right. So the baby at this point needs more fluid. So for toddlers, it's recommended they get about 5.5 cups of water per day.
Okay, so now you're increasing it more.
Exactly. But that includes water from all food and beverage sources, including milk. So, you know, one way to check and make sure your little one's getting enough is to glance at the urine. You want to make sure it's almost colorless or pale, and you know they're getting enough.
Now there's tap, there's distilled, there's purified. You know, what is the one you think that mom should be using?
Right. Well, I've always used and I've always recommended a purified steam distilled water, and I'm really pleased I've been able to partner with Nursery Water, which was created especially for babies and toddlers.
What makes it so good and safe?
You know, Olga, Nursery has a really interesting history. It was created in 1948 by a pediatrician in Chicago who was concerned about the purity of the drinking water for his patients. So Nursery has been giving parents peace of mind for almost 70 years. And it comes with or without fluoride. You can mix it with formula right from the get-go. It's safe to do. And later on, you can mix it with cereal. And you can also use it to dilute juice.
Speaking of juice,
yeah.
Here's a question that I know a lot of moms wonder. How much juice should I give my child or my toddler to hydrate them?
Right. Well, let's start with babies because people will ask about babies first. And the short answer is that, you know, it can be a little tricky with juice. And babies under 6 months and under should not be given any juice, okay? That's what the American Academy of Pediatrics says. But at 6 months, if you want to give your baby juice, you want to make sure it's 100% pure fruit juice. You can dilute it half and half with water. You want to give it in a cup, not put it in a bottle and put them to bed with that because the sugar from the juice,
it's terrible.
It can actually cause tooth decay. And you also want to make sure that you limit it to no more than 4 ounces a day for the baby because too much can cause excessive weight gain and also diaper rash. Exactly, the weight will lead to the diabetes down the road. And also, when your child gets a little older, between the ages of 1 and 6, the American Academy of Pediatrics says to limit the juice consumption to no more than 4 to 6 ounces a day. That's not much. If you think about it, it's not even a cup.
It's not.
So we really need to think about what we're giving our kids to hydrate.
So give us some good tips that we can think about to incorporate nursery water water into healthy habits for our children?
I think one of the best things you can do if your little toddler is running around with a sippy cup, fill it up with nursery water, you know, and you can throw some ice cubes in so they can rattle it around, have some fun with it.
And they're getting used to it?
Right. They're making water their beverage of choice.
Creating a habit.
They're learning to quench their thirst with water, and they're not sipping on the sugars from juice or milk all day, which can lead to the tooth decay.
And to be honest, proper hydration, I know we're talking about it with babies, but you know, your entire life, it's so important.
Oh, it is. And we need to be good role models as adults, and we need to reach for water first as our beverage of choice rather than juice or soda. And we need to sort of instill these healthy habits early, because I think if your kids grow up and they see you doing these healthy things right from the get-go, they follow in your footsteps. I mean, it's one of the only things that's worked in my household. My son will drink water. He's 14 years old.
I'm always drinking water, and the girls are like, you're always going to the bathroom. I'm always drinking water.
Exactly. And you know, dehydration can actually affect a person's ability to think, mood, energy level, all that stuff. So you want to stay hydrated.
That's right, and wrinkle-free.
Yes,
very important too.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Learned a lot with you. Appreciate your time. You're a pleasure. Nursery water is available for home delivery along with other beverages at water.com. And to find out more information about nursery water, go to nurserywater.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Water is good at any age. I know I drink a lot of it. And you just saw some baby bottles in that segment. Now, probably most people are gonna think of Evenflo bottles as their go-to for feeding time, but there's so much more than that. For over 100 years, they've been providing families with products that help them throughout their journey as parents. Check out the Palacio family. We sent over Alyssa Roberts from Evenflo, who gave them a safety seat and stroller makeover.
Well, since we had Asher, just getting out is a little more challenging. You know, if I'm trying to just do a fast trip to the mall and Asher, I gotta take Asher in the stroller and Belle's dragging her feet, it would just be awesome to be a little faster. It's getting tougher. Right now, we just have the basic convertible car seat, so she was rear facing from 1 year old, and then we turned it when she was a little older. It doesn't really have a cup holder, so she always has her snacks in her lap, right? We have just an infant car seat for Asher, and we haven't really bought anything in a few years. Nothing new, we don't know anything about what's out there right now.
You hear all these stories about, you know, people getting into car crashes and how if it wasn't for the car seat, the kid would have had a really bad accident. And so when we're looking for a car seat for each of them, you put a lot of time and research into it, and you look at you weigh all the pros and cons of all the different types, and you want to make sure you have a really high quality car seat that's not only easy to fit into your car, but also has all the safety features that you need as well.
One of my favorite things about the car seats, it's like a magical thing. Our kids get into the car and they just fall asleep. If it's a comfortable place for them to sit and sleep, that's a plus, a big plus.
I'm here today with some great products from Evenflo to make families' lives easier, safer, and more convenient. The first one that I'm going to go over with you is the Sibby travel system. And what's great about this travel system is it allows you to put your child on the back of it with this nice buddy board, and he can ride in the toddler seat in the front. It also has a lot of comfort features for them as well. So it has a nice large canopy, a toddler bar that can easily be removed off the front of it to make access in and out easier. And then we've also designed ergonomic handles for you as well to make it more comfortable and easier to handle.
Be a lot easier on the shoulders.
Yes, that's one of my biggest things is like they're so cumbersome and heavy, and they always, all the weight falls in your elbow.
And Bella, you can catch a ride now. You want to try it out? Jump on.
The next one I'm going to show you is the Pivot travel system. And what's great about this is I know you guys are all probably about extended use and being able to get the most for your money. And this has 6 modes of total use. So you have a carriage mode, which is like your bassinet mode. You have a toddler seat, and then you can also attach the SafeMax infant car seat to it as well. So they can go rear facing or forward facing depending on what you want your child to either look at you or away.
He can face us.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The basket is so huge as well.
Yeah, the basket is a really nice feature. You can put all the diaper bags, your purses, everything.
That is amazing. All the groceries in there, and
It's always so hard to slip stuff in and out of that bottom basket.
this is so open.
A lot more space there.
Yeah, it's definitely easy access in and out is
Right.
what we were trying to go for. It also comes with nice features for parents like cup holders and the necessities. It's easy to recline and turns into a sleep carriage for him. So when he gets tired, when you're out and about, you can just put him right inside and he can go right to sleep.
Sometimes we even stroll him in the house just to get him to fall asleep, so it works out well.
All right, so what I've done is I've actually pre-installed 2 car seats in your vehicle today for each of them. So Arabella's in our new advanced Evenflo Evolve 3-in-1 booster. And what's great about this seat is you can actually use it from now all the way until you're in like a no back booster mode. And what's nice about this seat, it has nice comfort features for her. So she has her cup holders and her snack holder. Do you like those? But it also has a lot of safety features on it. So it has our E3 side impact technology. The most important feature that we have on both of these products here today is our sensor safe technology. And what that is it's a smart chest clip that comes with an OBD receiver that you plug into your OBD port on your car, and it syncs together and talks. So it lets you know she's unbuckling while you're driving down the road. Wow. So it makes you aware, it keeps them safe as well.
Some pretty cool tech.
Asher's in our Advanced Embrace DLX infant car seat, and he looks pretty comfy there because we've added a lot of comfort features. So there's a soft plush head pillow, comfort boots, an extra large extended canopy to block the sun. That seat also has other safety features that makes it easier to install. It has SureSafe installation, which are our quick connectors that attach to the lower anchors. It also comes with latch guides, so you can find the lower anchor bars quickly every time when you're trying to install the seat.
Because it's tricky sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to like dig into the seat bite, so we've taken that into consideration.
That's awesome.
It looks really easy to get them in and out of the car, which is going to be awesome.
Eating healthy should always be a priority, especially when you're expecting. And what better way to ensure your health and that of your babies than by eating your veggies, especially organic veggies. Kellen Martin of Cal Organic Farms has brought us a variety of gorgeous veggies that are good for all of us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for bringing all
I know,
this.
isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful. And you know, I tell my kids all the time, you have to have vegetables every single day.
Every day.
I have to see some sort of color, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But here's a question I have, and it may seem like an obvious question, but why should moms and expectant moms be thinking more organic?
Not an obvious question at all. There's a lot of confusion around organics, and really what it comes down to is, unlike conventional fruits and vegetables, organics are grown free of fertilizers, pesticides, preservatives, and GMOs. And so really expectant moms can be sure that they're putting the best thing in their body during this critical stage. And the USDA certification, it upholds food safety as well as the integrity of food. Our farmers have to do things a little bit differently. For instance, using beneficial pests in order to get rid of the unwanted pests, so healthy bugs in order to get rid of the unhealthy ones. And then also our soil remains completely free of synthetic chemicals for 3 years before it's considered organic. So these measures and many more are what you have to do to uphold that USDA organic certification.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but way back when organic vegetables were hard to find. Today that's changed.
Absolutely. You can buy organics now at your local supermarket or at nationwide chains. And the great thing is, because of increased demand and just people want healthier options, it's actually lowered the price, and lots of supermarkets are putting organics on sale, so people give them a try.
We got lots of vegetables here, but I know carrots are really huge if you're expecting, and huge no matter what. They're really important.
Absolutely. Carrots are MVPs when it comes to nutrition. We get so excited about carrots.
MVPs.
Yes, absolutely. So our classic orange carrot is full of alpha and beta carotene.
Let me try one here.
Yes.
Orange.
Exactly. And it helps boost immunity, which is really important for moms that are expecting for themselves and their babies.
They're very good.
Our purple carrots have lots of antioxidants, so that's hair growth, nail growth, as well as body tissue for the babies. And then our last one is our yellow, and so that supports vision development as well as cardiovascular health.
So when moms are choosing vegetables, what should they look for? We've got a lot here.
A lot here. So cauliflower, fantastic option, full of vitamin C, full of calcium for bone growth, as well as folic acid for heart.
I didn't know that.
Yes, amazing. Beets, potassium and iron, rock stars, and that helps lower your blood sugar. And it also prevents swelling, which we know happens during the pregnancy time.
And it happens with aging. Moving on.
and then we have our leafy greens. So all these beautiful leafy greens, which are full of fiber, which we need for digestion. So tons of great options, key essentials that moms need, and all available at your local grocery store.
And speaking of options, a lot of expectant moms have a lot of cravings, shall we say?
Snacking,
in the middle of the
yeah.
night. So this is great healthy snacks.
Yes, fantastic. And those carrots that you're eating right now are fabulous for snacking. And the reason why is each one has a little bit of a different flavor. So classic carrot, we all know those tastes, but as far as purple are concerned, a little bit sweeter. So we love those when we want a touch of sweetness. Our yellow are very mild. And then lastly, our whites have a nutty kind of savory flavor to it.
I just noticed the white, so I'm going to grab there. Obviously, you know I love to eat. Something that I think is important for a lot of expectant moms, and I remember it was important for me, is that trust factor. How do we know we could trust Cal Organic?
First of all, we're family owned. And second, we take pride in delivering our highest quality of produce. So we started as a small farm, a little less than an acre of lettuce. And
Look at that.
I know. And then today we grow over 65 different crops, fully sustainable and using a lot of interesting efficiencies. And really what makes us different is that Cal Organic grows, harvests, ships, and packs all of their own produce. And that's really a testament of trust for us to your customers and our customers that, we're grown in the US, and it's just a fantastic difference, and it's just a wonderful company that's really focused on feeding all of our consumers and also the precious newborns along the way.
All right, and for our precious newborns,
yes.
Where do we get more information on Cal Organic?
Callo is sold at most supermarkets across the nation, but they should also go online to check out where it's available, get some recipes, as well as join our social media pages. There's so much fun stuff and things going on Facebook and Instagram right now.
Website again?
CalOrganicFarms.com.
Did you hear that crunch?
Yes.
One more time.
Krista.
Okay, thank you so much. If you'd like more information, you can go to our website, thebalancingact.com. My girls are going to love this. Thanks so much for joining us. We've covered everything.
I think so too. Such great information for all those moms out there. Remember, you can head to our Facebook page and our website. We've got lots more there for you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.